James is not. Would he be able to do it again? Tonight to be able to.
So I don't believe in God, but I believe in brands.
Okay, let's share top 5 reasons, top 5 skills for CMO.
Because AI is also coming. AI is coming for every job, I guess. And our CEO asked me, like, why are we doing this? What is this?
Why you should fire your CMO today?
Yeah, they don't show these words. They just say, okay, I can generate leads. It's actually a lot of people ask me, like, how you communicate with your sales.
We bring leads, we bring high quality leads, and you're bad with sales.
You can follow your trees online. You can see how it's growing.
And $1,000 in this brand awareness. What did we get from it?
I said it's just for fun. It's just to get in more impressions and maybe getting an attention from different people.
Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the money, Lebowski? I want that money, Lebowski. Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the money, Lebowski? I want that money, Lebowski.
Where's the fucking money, shithead?
It's
The average CMO tenure is about 40 months, and I believe it's even less within our industry. We will talk why you should fire your CMO today, and if you're on the opposite side, what you're gonna do when they come for you. We will talk about B2B marketing, brand analytics, and brand building. And as a guest, we have today gorgeous marketing expert Viola Yakimenko. Viola, could you introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes. Hey, everyone. My name is Viola. I'm a head of marketing at Kadam, a global advertising network that works with different verticals like iGaming, Nutra, and adult.
Super, thank you for the intro. Let's start with the very basics. What has changed on the market in the B2B marketing during last 5 years, up to your opinion?
It's a funny question for me because I joined B2B marketing recently from B2C marketing. And I could say, okay, I'm not an expert here, but from a couple of years, what I've noticed is like a 3 main shift is that big brands, they invest a lot into analytics. They build in dashboards, they use in Tableau, Locker, etc., just to understand all the marketing journey, and not only marketing, but also how product behave itself, how customers behave itself. The second one is, I would say, is brand building. It's a crucial thing right now. It's also came from B2C. Right now, it's like you have to communicate with brand before sale happen, like a lot. People investigate, they monitor your social media, etc., just to make a decision. And the third thing is re-engagement. As a marketing, I also know and work with remarketing. And at Kadam, we even built like special tool for our customers too, because we believe in this, and my team believe in this, and we also want to provide the service for our customers. So I'm talking about retargeting and how to re-engage your customers through all the marketing funnel.
And what is the exact difference if we talk about B2B marketing buying, media buying in B2B? What is the difference in these last 5 years?
So the major, I would say, is it's the marketing funnel becoming more enhanced. So analytics is crucial, and re-engagement too. So it's basically combining 2 things.
Nice. Thank you for sharing. And if we talk about performance-based marketing and brand marketing, what is the proportion of doing those? Like, do you invest more in brand building or more in performance marketing? What is your idea about it?
I would say it depends on which stage your product actually is. Because like, if you are just a startup and start investing heavily into brand, where the measuring metrics and setting KPIs is quite a tricky thing, I would say I would start from performance-based marketing, and it actually is how marketing works on the early stages. I guess everyone started from PPC or something like this. But when your product grow and your customers grow, you have to invest in brand. It's something that's really difficult to measure, but it's like a religion. So I don't believe in God, but I believe in brand. It's like
for brand's sake, yeah.
yeah. So because like I believe that if you don't invest in brand, so you will finally fail. And it's just also all about consistency. You have to invest like at least 20% of your budget into brand, and it will, I don't know, pay out probably in a year or something.
Yeah, 20% is not quite a huge amount. I
Yes.
would say I know there are brands who invest even the biggest part in brand awareness, like big gaming brands. You saw the media advertising everywhere, but it's about B2C. In B2B, probably the proportion a little bit different.
Yeah.
And if we talk about analytics, what moves the needle in analytics exactly in B2B right now? Because analytics is a buzzword, yeah? And we need to provide more details here, I believe.
I'm actually like a analytics ambassador, I would say, because for me, like every marketing starts from analytics. It's just different levels of analytics. I can give you even an examples. That's when I joined Kadam. So the main question was we want to measure and understand the value of the leads, but there is nothing prepared for this. So we had to start from scratch. And that's why I would divide analytics into probably 3 or 4 levels. The first one is like a web analytics, where you have to track everything on the top funnel, like leads, conversions, impressions, etc. And also it's really crucial to understand how you can influence these metrics. And then we go to the deeper level, it's like end-to-end analytics. It's more about combining and matching your data from a web to what's actually happened in a product. It's a lot of investment requires, but it's really interesting, like developing the thing. The third part is analytics 360, when you already can understand how users interact with your brand from the different channels. So it's all about complicated attribution model, and probably like a separate part here, I would call it like predictive analytics, but it requires a lot of data, and it's probably not very easy to do in B2B, but in B2C, the big brands work with this a lot.
Thank you for sharing. Probably the biggest mistake is not to follow all those you mentioned, but what other big mistakes could you tell us, could you let us know, which are crucial while you're doing B2B marketing? What have you faced with? What have you noticed while your jobs, or maybe in other companies? What mistakes do they do in part of analytics, in part of marketing?
I actually faced it myself too. It's like my biggest pain in the ass. It's attribution, because you work with different channels, different platforms, and also you work with different reports that's been there before you. And the data sources could be very different. And you first you have to find the clear source of data and actually make it the one for the whole company. So not only about the marketing dashboards, but also about the product dashboards and what's actually the board of directors or CEO see. So this is probably the biggest and the common mistakes that I can mention. And the second one is that you have to work with expectations, what actually your boss, board of directors wants from you. Because like I mentioned, so everyone wants to know the value of the leads, but no one knows what we have to build to know this exactly. And you have to show that, okay, in this quarter we can do this, in this quarter we can spread this and start showing the numbers from the very beginning, but to manage the expectation of the CEO.
And we talked a lot about analytics, about its importance in our modern marketing. And for sure, it's important not only for marketing manager to understand that, but also for a business owner to understand the analytics, to talk with a marketing manager on the same language. So usually in companies, dashboards are widely used. So what is your idea about ideal dashboard? What should be mentioned there, how to analyze it, how often you should analyze those data on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, on a monthly basis, whatever. What is your idea here?
So there is no ideal dashboards. I don't believe in this. It's just different dashboards for different needs. And if you're just starting, so start from the basics. For instance, we built first even a technical dashboard, just to see the events from Google Analytics. And then we spread it and to see the leads, registration, what kind of customers we have, and what the conversion rate on average on this. It was our second dashboards, for instance. And then we built Google Ads analytical dashboards just to understand how we influence the main metrics for the traffic that we spend a lot of money on. And then it's going deeper, as I said, to end-to-end analytics, how leads behave on how they convert to clients. And the final dashboards, it's a final for marketer, but it's the first one that's really interesting for CEO, is how marketing influence on profit. Yeah, but to get there, you have to pass a long way. So you have to build a lot of dashboards before, just to get into how leads and marketing efforts connected with profitability.
We are talking about analytics, about brand building. It's important to understand what we mean by brand building, yeah, but by brand in general. So some brands trying to develop their company, some brands don't give a fuck about brand at all. They're doing some perform marketing and that's it. But when we are talking about brand marketing, up to my opinion, it's crucial nowadays to make it personal, to make it live with real people. So what is your approach here about personalities in brand marketing?
I do believe this it's a way to differentiate yourself on the market, especially if we're talking about affiliate networks. That's what I've noticed. So it's like a tendency. It's 5 years ago, brands didn't do a good creatives, for instance, and with the AI era, it shifted a bit. And people now think that if they generate something from AI, it's already make them a good creative. But I don't believe in this. I saw a lot of, I would call it dead profiles on Instagram. They're not dead. I mean, they're posting, but it's the total thing about AI. And I just don't think it's working. At least for us, it's not working. We also use AI, but mostly to accelerate our job, not to just replace our designers. And branding came from B2C, and it's exploding in B2B. It's what's actually working. It will influence search engine optimization in the future a lot. And I think it's something that you have to invest. But it's something that's crucial. It's something you have to invest and develop for your brand.
But how to create this in a natural way, I would say. You mentioned already AI profiles. That's not we're going to talk about. That's a bullshit. But when we talk about personalities, about natural profiles, I saw a lot of stuff like, okay, I have a list of topics, like everybody talks about it, I'm gonna talk about it, and it doesn't look natural. We see the real person, but it doesn't look natural. So what is your advice here? How to make a unique idea, how to make it interesting for the audience?
I do believe in people mostly. Of course, we can prepare the scenario or something for them, but I do believe that you have to develop brand not only outside, but also inside the company. And if you build brand inside the company, people just start getting it. And they start asking you how we can participate. And so we have an idea. So you have to promote it inside the company and basically lead by examples. So when I joined Kadam, I started thinking, okay, if no one wants to even participate in our videos, or people can get confused or they're shy, etc. So I started from myself and my team, and then others followed. And right now it's really easy for us. Like when we communicate with someone who are going to the conference, we're just saying, okay, we want to film a video or something. Maybe you have any ideas. And people actually say, oh, I know that I saw something there and I want to try it. We can film it. So for me, it's just spread it and lead by example, and people will follow and they will communicate and build their brands. Because you can't build a brand for a person. It's difficult. It's a big investment, and it's working only. It's true. So I can't be someone else. I can be only myself. So I do believe it's also crucial for other people too.
And when we talk about brand marketing, about personalities, yeah, what is the main channel or maybe main channels where you promote those personalities, like Instagram or YouTube? This is the main thing, or you use other platforms also?
It depends on the niche and it depends on your customers, actually. I would say, I don't know, for someone it could be a LinkedIn only. For someone it could be in a TikTok. If your audience is like Zoomers or something like this, so definitely TikTok, because TikTok is also, I believe it's like the unique platform for that. Instagram works for us right now. And I know that's B2B influencer marketing also growing. So probably there is a future there too.
When we are talking about TikTok, is it a place for our B2B marketing? I wonder because I tried it a little bit. I have no success there. Like maximum 1,000 views or something. It was too boring because I'm always talking about boring things, but crucial for our industry. Is it really the right platform for our B2B marketing?
You have to adapt. I mean, like the podcast idea is not for TikTok, definitely. But if you manage to do something crazy or getting any attention on TikTok, so people just start curious what it is, what's the brand about. And probably it will, I know, if you get like 10 millions on TikTok, I guess it doesn't matter what it's about. You will find the customers. I know that I'm saying it's like something like this. It's not easy. Definitely, you have to follow the trends or probably working to find the trends, creating the trends yourself. But you have to adapt your type of content for certain and particular platform.
Have you tried TikTok in particular?
Not yet, but we're thinking about Twitter, for instance.
Twitter?
Yes. X.
Still.
Still, yeah.
It's still alive, okay.
I'm an old person.
Why? For foreign African continent, I guess, because it's widely spread there, or in general?
I actually believe that it's in general. Mm-hmm. It's just, it shouldn't be like repost an Instagram post or something. Because we have an idea for Twitter. It's quite different from our other social networks. But yeah, we want to try. Definitely.
Yeah, nice. And when we talk about TikTok still, what I had in my experience, I had one project where we recorded videos about office life, day-to-day life, some jokes, some funny moments and so on. And when we talk about TikTok, it's crucial to understand, as you mentioned, the audience, to understand their needs. And I remember one project which I developed. We recorded videos about day-to-day life, office jokes, some stuff like that. And there were views for sure, like 10,000, even 100,000 I had a video. But if we talk about marketing funnel here, okay, we have 100,000 views from Zoomers on TikTok about some office stuff. But is it useful at all for the brand to have such activities like, as we mentioned before, metrics, analytics, how to measure the profitability of those actions?
There is no such ways. Like measuring brand, as I said, it's difficult. Of course, we know like the common metrics is like a brand mention, impressions, etc. But getting back is, yeah, you have to believe that's, do you see any other activities other than views, like likes, for instance, or comments? And it's also the next level you can communicate with your customers. So if they leave a comment, so you can re-engage with them somehow. Like even on Instagram, I know there's top brands like Duolingo, it's B2C brands, but anyway, Duolingo, Avial Sales, we all know about it. They communicate with the audience in the comments and not even in their comments. They communicate in random comments from a different brand, and it's also getting the big attention. It doesn't mean that it's a lot of job. It's not that one SMM manager sitting there and like monitoring all of this. No, it's the whole team behind this. But I think that's, if it's not like very expensive for you and if it's not really difficult, why not to do it? You never know why, like what gets attention. Like our latest reel, for instance, about Met Gala. It's not about like business metrics at all. It was just for fun. We were like speculating on Met Gala, and we did some video. And our CEO asked me like, why are we doing this? What is this? I said, it's just for fun. It's just to get in more impressions and maybe getting an attention from different people. And one influencer from our sphere actually commented it and asked like, how you do this? So it's also like, you can get attention where you not expect from.
Yes, the idea is to re-engage the audience here
Yes.
with those tools. And if we talk about brand marketing in general, how to measure it, what are the main metrics? Of course, we can talk about views, but what else? Because, for example, Sergey or any other person in your company who is responsible for money, he or she will ask you finally, okay, I invested $1,000 in this brand awareness. What did we get from it?
We measure actually, it's not about dashboards, at least not for now yet. We measure it on like feedbacks from our competitors, feedbacks from our clients, feedbacks from our partners. And when we start investing in it and we start developing it, and Sergey, for instance, also heard about this. So when our partners asking like, okay, how is ruling your marketing? What are you doing? Because it looks really cool. And this is how you can measure it on an early basis. And of course, if you develop it somehow, you can, if you build like if you build advanced attribution model, you can see how each channel influence, and you can see how your PR and brand activities also influence. Because the social media also getting like engagement and getting likes. You have to track it in dynamics. You have to see the trend line. So if it's not changing, if it's nothing in developing, so of course you will invest less. But we have some kind of agreement that we always invest in brand. It's difficult to measure, of course, but without brand, there is no product, I think.
So you measure, as far as I understood, you measure your traffic volumes, like search queries for the main keyword, like
Yes.
Kadam, for example. And do you measure any correlation between those additional views or search queries and money? So I mean registrations, I mean first deposits on your platform. Is there any connection? And if so, how to measure it? Like maybe higher retention rate or higher retention, or the increase of average deposits, for example?
Yeah, I can say this like direct connection is not there. I don't know, at least not for us. But I can give you even a practical example. So I used to be more like a performance-based oriented marketer because I came from a digital marketing, and I like when everything you can measure. And I made a big mistake, I think, on the early stages, because I start analyzing like PR activities as a performance-based marketing. And when we saw that there is some of the sources didn't bring us any leads or didn't bring us money that we can measure, I said, okay, we don't need it. And organic traffic drops. And we're still recovering. So there is no like direct correlation, I would say, but it's definitely something that you have to do just on daily basis and trying to find a way how to measure it. We are still developing it at Kadam. We have certain goals to find at least like the first iteration, how we can measure it and those correlation. And analytical part is actually that I'm always working on. It's never ending story.
Exactly. I can confirm that even I've been working on Forex. I just realized one marketing field comments on media from our analytic expert, and I told, okay, how do we measure it? We don't measure it. Okay, let's stop it, because there was several thousands of dollars spent, and I thought, why should we spend it? Let's invest it in whatever, performance marketing, Google AdWords. We stopped it, and after several months, we figured out a huge drop in deposits, in registrations, and so on. And we changed nothing, just this one little thing, which we don't measure like at all. We bring it back, and everything recovered with time. So yeah, it's crucial to understand that this part of business is very important, and if you don't do it, you should do it for sure. How to measure, follow other metrics, search queries, traffic, the feedbacks from your clients, from advertisers, from publishers, whatever industry you work with, from your clients in general and customers. So yeah, it's very important. And in the very beginning of this video, we promised to talk about the very interesting topic why you should fire your CMO today. So the average tenure, as I mentioned, about 40 months according to last researches. What do you think about it? Is it normal at all that the most fired position on C-level is a chief marketing officer? What do you think about it?
As a marketer, I would say I agree, because of course you don't fire your sales because they bring money. Marketers usually say, okay, we bring leads, but very few marketers can show how they influence money. And the main issue here is that they're not working with expectations. They're mostly focusing on leads first and just saying, okay, I'm bringing leads, so what else do you want from me? And they don't work with expectation of the boards and the CEO just to explain it how we move where you want to be, because this it's a long way from the point A to point B, and you have to show this road, build it and show it to the CEO, to the board. And the biggest mistake that marketers do is they don't show this words. They just say, okay, I can generate leads, but we all know that you have to have a business-oriented mindset, because we all know that CEO wants profit and a business wants profit. It doesn't matter if you increase the leads count by 10 times. If in a year, if there is no money, there is no business, there is even no money for your salary. So you have to work with expectation, and you have to be a real good communicator, because you have to work cross-functional a lot. You have to think with sales, understand their feedback, what they want, because in the worst cases, it's ended up with the war between marketing and sales. It's actually a lot of people ask me how you communicate with your sales, and do you with a good relationship with them. So the good relationship with sales is crucial, because without them, you probably, even at the early stages, you don't understand what you're doing. Sometimes if you don't have dashboards yet, you can get the feedbacks about your leads from sales team.
It's crucial, and you mentioned a very interesting part about communication between marketing and sales department. And I know there are always fights, because marketers tell, we bring leads, we bring high quality leads, and you're bad with sales. And sales, on the opposite, sales managers, they tell, these leads are low quality, there is no potential. How to manage this case? What are your advices about it?
Yeah, I can say, so it's all starts on the C-level, I said, I'm a big fan of Anna. It's our head of sales. And I actually build in a propaganda in my team that they have to communicate with sales. We have separate channels where there is a lot of communication, not only on the C-level, on our level. It's about team communication. And sales, for instance, can say us that they getting the bad leads this week. Did we change something? And it's very important to communicate clearly. It's you have to update sales team. If we change something, if we, they cut off some kind of channel, I always say in my team, just go and say sales that something changing. So just not just to decrease the level of stress for them. And when you're informed, you already feel more comfortable, and you can get more good feedback or bad feedback. And we're trying to explain our decisions, because of course we do our job, they do their job, but there has to be some kind of a sync.
Yeah, I would say transparency and provided actual data is the key here in communication between marketing and sales. And as you mentioned, it's crucial to analyze your data. It's crucial to think not about the engagement rate or the amount of leads. It's crucial to think about what amount of money do you bring with your marketing activities to the business. And that's what I'm always doing also in the business. If I join it, if I do some marketing activities, I always analyze the whole funnel, because I don't know why, but nowadays it's like a huge issue on our market and on other markets also. They analyze the beginning of a funnel, not the end.
Yeah, I don't know why.
What the hell? So, and I think there is one more reason why business owners would like to fire those CMOs or marketing managers. I think this reason is about estimation. Because when you hire a marketing manager, you ask, okay, what you gonna do? Yeah, what is your plan? Okay, I want to do media buying, SEO, brand building, whatever, the list of those activities. And when a marketing manager joins the company, he provides some estimation. Like, for example, in 3 months, this channel will work okay, here is the plan, and so on. But it's not always like that, because it's real life. It always changes. So how to provide the correct estimation rate for your activities, and if you are not up to time with it, how to explain it to business owners. It shouldn't look like a robbery. It should look natural. How to explain
Yeah,
what is going on?
it's what I've already mentioned. It's working with expectations. As a head of marketing, you have to understand the product itself and the whole funnel. Because sometimes I see that, as you mentioned, that marketers are focused on a top funnel, and what is happening after login and registration, they don't care. And if you don't know what's happening there, how you can manage this? I mean, of course, you have to know how all the channels working, but it's constantly changing world. For instance, one month, I analyzed the performance of our brand campaigns, brand in Google, I mean. So we can see metrics there, and we've noticed that it was a drop in our brand name. It's like, what the fuck? What's going on? It's like, and I don't even know what I can do. So we check in if we are buying all the impression share, etc. But sometimes it just happen. It doesn't mean that we decrease our brand activities or something. But if you see, and if it's a pattern, you have to investigate it. You have to go deeper. I can say, in terms of Google, if we're speaking, sometimes GDN, it's like a Google Display Network campaign, can influence search a lot, and you just stop it. It's like GDN usually more expensive in leads. You stop it, so your search campaign dying, etc. And if we're talking about predictions, so I usually communicate with CEO quite clearly and saying, okay, you see that's what kind of dynamics in metrics we have. Of course, they say we want more leads, but I can came to him and say, you saw that our lead wasn't very good last month, so I cut it off. And you have to know that it will be a decrease this month. We will definitely find a way how to get back on track, but next month will be lower. So the key here is, if we're answering the question, how to make a good predictions, it's you have to be aware of the products, what's happening, and aware of the marketing channels itself. I always trying to understand what's product doing, what's the next releases, what's sales do. When you have all this information, it's easier to manage expectations and communicate with sales team and with CEO.
Okay, let's share top 5 reasons, top 5 skills for CMO. What is the most crucial skill a CMO should have, up to your opinion, and maybe from the biggest to the lowest?
Oh God, the list. Business-oriented mindset. I guess it's a crucial, and from this number one, everything else is just a details. So business-oriented mindset. You have to be good at analytics. You have to be technically savvy. You have to also have a content experience, something like this. You have to do a storytelling. Storytelling not only about the marketing campaigns. Everything, even inside the company, what marketers do is a storytelling. When I prepare my presentation on a digest and showing the numbers, the most boring thing probably for most of the people, not for CEO, of course, but you have to find a way how to tell the story using numbers, but in a, like, I don't know, even a poetry way or something like this. How much I say 4?
3 or 4?
And the last one, probably, I can add that you have to be a leader, a good leader, because you cannot do anything by your own. You have to build and manage the team that can make it all happen.
Nice. And you mentioned on the first position business-oriented mindset. Very crucial, up to my personal opinion also. But there are marketers on the market who consider marketing is about brand awareness, about bringing some happiness to the market. What will you tell to those specialists?
They will lose their job soon, because AI is also coming. AI is coming for every job, I guess. And what's actually market needs someone who can solve the complex problem, because like you don't need any marketer who just can push the button or something. Unfortunately, I saw a lot of people and like this, and I say it will be a very sad time soon for them.
Exactly. So say ciao to our market. If you are still thinking about only brand awareness, think about digits, think about profits for your company, for your business. It's crucial, and it's the basement for sure. And we've been talking a lot about role of CMO, role of marketing in B2B nowadays. And we even talk about why you should fire your CMO, yeah? But there is one more side in this, yeah? When we are talking about CMOs and their role in the company, it's not always the case about firing the CMO. There are always cases about CMO doing a good job, but he or she leaves the company. So could you share any idea how CEO of the company can protect, can save his or her CMO in the company? How can CEOs set their marketing leaders up to success?
It's basically works the boss way, the managing the expectations. So ask the questions and set up the goals what you want. Of course, the other person, the CMO, have to communicate and saying, I can do this in this period of time, and that will require more time, for instance. But it's a biggest mistake. And what I saw in basically a lot of the vacancies of CMO is like, I just want you to increase amount of lead by 20% or something like this. Or, I don't know, just build our brand as Apple. So it's not a KPI, it's not a objective, just to any reasonable person can reach. Because in our company, we work on a smart basis. So every goal, you have to understand how to measure it and what will be the success of achieving this goal. Because setting the goal just bring us more leads. It's not the goal that you can measure, and it's not what actually satisfy the CEO. So the CEO also have to understand what exactly he wants, how he wants to measure it, and if there is some problems to communicate it like fast and clear. And building communication is crucial. It's soft skills. Probably not everyone think about it, but I can say that's like communicating with Sergey. It's like my favorite part, because I like how our relationship developing. Because I remember how I just joined the company, and it's like we both are the different people right now. We understand each other better. I would say without saying a word, but it's not a good way to communicate. Sometimes it's better to clarify things, and I am not afraid to do this, and he is too. I mean, like, even sometimes we set up with a meeting, and I can say this seems like we didn't understand each other a lot lately, and what about it, how we can fix it, and what's going on.
Yes, exactly. Having a good communication is crucial nowadays. And if we talk, I can even provide an example here. For example, within our marketing agency, what I see, sometimes clients just come up with the idea, okay, I need marketing or I need PR, okay, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what are your goals? What you want to do with these PR activities like personal branding, company branding? What is your goal? To have more leads, more engagements, more views, or maybe you have an idea to apply somewhere and you need to create a whole big story about you. And people have no idea. They just was told by someone, you need to make marketing or PR, and they come up, okay, I need PR.
Okay, what
Super.
should I do?
What else? What else? That's it. So yeah, it's crucial for the business owner, for a person to understand why he or she is involved in marketing, what are the goals, and communicate this to CMO, to marketing manager, to marketing agency, whatever.
I can give
That
you
is the key.
also one example, like for instance, the strategy is also crucial, but it shouldn't be the strategy a part of the product. So first is the product goals, what actually product want to achieve, and then marketing involved. Because like I know that sometimes marketing is building on like, okay, what sales want us to do this. And I don't know, the other team, like the product team want us to do this. And it's just like a random task and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work because like you have to understand the main goal that you want to achieve, and that all the tasks have to be oriented on this goal. And of course, you have to communicate, as I said, with the sales, and you can do some tasks what they want. But you have to check as a leader of the team how to implement it in the strategy, or you have to say no. And you have the ability to say no. And CEO also have to understand this. And yeah, I'm a lucky person. My CEO understands this.
And now we would like to ask the final question about the best case study about brand awareness. Before that, I would like to announce that stay tuned and we will share some present in the end of this video. So stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, follow for more interviews, insights like that. So Viola, what is the best case for brand awareness, for brand building from your practice, or at least what is the best case you consider it to be the best case?
So I'm working in terms of brand awareness, also from my personal values, because I guess I'm a part of the company too, and I can communicate with my personal values too. And I always thinking that some brand awareness campaigns should be around like the impact for the customers and the impact probably just for the world. And our last campaign was about tangerine trees. We sent to our partners and clients the box of tangerines as a New Year gift. But it wasn't the main gift. The main gift was inside. We bought tangerine trees in Guatemala, and you actually can follow your trees online. You can see how it's growing. The platform we used will send you the updates on these trees, and we call it like the groove of growth of Kadam. And so everyone we sent this gift could register their tree, could name it, and follow its journey, and actually like influence the industry, and joined with us, with joint forces to green the planet. So yeah, I like this campaign because it was hell of a difficult campaign to realize. But I like this campaign because, as I said, it's something good about it, and tangerines itself, it's a New Year vibe, especially for people from my country, and it's we really enjoyed it even when we did it.
Amazing approach, amazing company. Congratulations on it. And for sure, every time you're creating those companies, you need to keep in mind that it's not only about one successful campaign. It's not always about just this action on this action. Those actions and those campaigns, they are like bricks, and you build a house out of those bricks. So you will get good results of brand awareness with time. You need to invest in it on a regular basis, for sure. And as we promised, we have a present from our guest, Viola. Viola, could you tell us what is it?
So yeah, I will provide you with a campaign template how to start any campaign, whether it's a brand awareness or just you want to tell about something, and how to measure it, how to work with it in terms of campaigns. It will be in the description.
Yeah, in the description below, I guess.
The link will be in the description. I hope it will help you to understand marketing a bit more. I promise it will be structured and a lot of like a list inside that you actually can like tick when you do it, and drop in a comment if you like it.
I believe this checklist is gonna be useful not only for newbies but also for great marketing expert, because Viola is a great marketing expert. So it's gonna be useful for all of you watching this video. So this is the end. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Tell your friend, tell your mom, tell your pop about what is going on here within our industry. Click the like button, leave a comment below if we missed any topic and you would like to ask Viola about it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
From within the
Is not. Would he be able to do it again? Tonight to be able to